Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I want to share 5 things that I've learned over the last few years that really help me when working from home. I'm assuming for a lot of you guys working on your online businesses, whether you're starting them or growing them, you're going to be doing quite a bit of working from home. And you're probably starting to learn how hard it can be to work from home. Now, over the last few years, I have worked from home a ton, and I've learned a few things that really help me when working from home, and they come out to be 5 things, and those are what I'm going to share with you today. Now, for all of you guys who like these videos, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing that for more videos like this. Otherwise, let's get right into these 5 tips. Now, these 5 tips are not in any specific order. All of them are important enough for me to put in this video, and as I go through them, I'll tell you what they are, and then I'll break them down individually. The very first one, number 1, is don't get hung up on these small things. As you're working from home, working on a task, it can be very easy to just kind of let your mind just start wandering as you're scrolling through, doing whatever you're doing. Now, don't get lost in the task. Make sure that you're not getting hung up on something really small and spending a lot of time on it, because it's going to slow down your day and throw off what you're trying to accomplish that day. So if you get hung up on something, just skip it, make a note of it, and come back to it at the end of the day, maybe tomorrow, do it another time. One of the best pieces of advice I can give you in general for working from home is make sure that you're staying efficient, you're doing tasks quickly, and you're moving from one to the next. Number 2, this is make sure that you're setting goals for the day, and the second part of this is making sure that you have a prioritized to-do list. Now, when you go into a traditional job, you're going to be having people telling you what to do all the time. On the contrary, when you're working from home, you don't have anyone telling you what to do ever. So you have to be aware of what your goals should be for that day, what you set out to accomplish, and then have a prioritized to-do list of what you need to do in order to accomplish those goals. Now, in a lot of my videos, I mentioned the prioritized to-do list, and what that prioritized to-do list is putting down the things that you need to do that day, but having them in order of priority. So in order to achieve that goal for the day, you need to do these things first because they have the most priority, followed by these, and then these, and then these. So at any point, if you don't know what you need to be working on at that given moment, you can look at your prioritized to-do list, look at the thing at the top, that will have the most priority. Number 3, this is a little bit difficult, but it is very important. That is to make sure that you are eating as healthy as possible. As you're going throughout the day, first just remember to eat. If you're working hard that day, it can be easy to forget meals, but your brain's not going to work as well, and you are definitely not going to be in as good of a mood if you don't eat. Now, with that being said, you want to make sure that you're not eating a meal that's going to slow you down. So try to go through your refrigerator or pantry and look for things that are clean, that are going to give you energy, and you're not going to go into a slump or need a nap after you eat. If you can have the willpower to eat healthy things, then you will have clean energy throughout the day. Now, on the contrary, if you fall into eating unhealthy things, you will find yourself needing a nap 20 to 30 minutes after you eat, and that kind of ruins your productivity that day. Now, another big part of this of eating healthy throughout the day is making sure that you're drinking enough water. Try not to drink sugary drinks or anything that's unnecessary. If you can stick to just water and maybe coffee if you need some caffeine, that is going to help you the most because it'll keep you hydrated without putting anything extra in your body. Number 4, this is to make sure that you are taking breaks throughout the day. You can only work for so long until your brain needs just a minute to decompress. So typically for me, this is in blocks of 1 to 3 hours, and then I need to take a break. So don't be afraid to step away from the computer, step away from your work for a couple minutes, maybe even a half hour or an hour to take a break and really gather yourself before you go back and start working again. Now, during these breaks, there's a few things that I find are really important to do. One of them is making sure that you're getting sunlight or vitamin D one way or another. Another one is to make sure that you are properly breathing. Make sure that you're not doing shallow breaths throughout the day. Do a breathing ladder. In for 1 second, out for 1 second. In for 2 seconds, out for 2 seconds. Go all the way up to as high as you can. Typically for me, that's 20 to 25 seconds of in, 20 to 25 seconds of out. This just makes sure that you have enough oxygen throughout your body. You're not doing shallow breaths throughout the whole day. Now, if you can get fresh air, that's even better. So opening up a window or going for a walk if you can, that's only going to help you even more. You'll find that once you do this and you've gotten sunlight and you're breathing and you've gone for a walk if you can or open the window to get fresh air, whether this is 20, 30 minutes or an hour later, your body is more ready to go back to work. You're not going to be pushing yourself and just grinding through the workday, but it's going to feel more natural because you've taken breaks and you're ready to go back. Then you take breaks and you're ready to go back. So I highly recommend that. Now, we're already on tip number 5, and this is to find a comfortable place to work. Now, I do need to elaborate on this one a little bit because it is important. Now, finding a comfortable place to work means that you're finding a balance of comfort. So you're not working in a wooden chair, for example, because you can only work there so long until your body really hurts from sitting on a wooden chair. That's just an example. But if you find somewhere that's too comfortable, like you're laying in bed, you may find yourself just wanting to fall asleep. And you've gone too far on the comfort scale. So find somewhere in the middle. It can be anywhere in your house. It might be something, a piece of furniture that you buy, or just a spot that you like. But just make sure that it has a balance of comfort and something that works well for you. Now further, I definitely recommend making sure that this place is not somewhere where you're going to get interrupted often, or at least trying to limit that as much as possible. This will make sure that you can stay in kind of the flow state of working very productively for a longer period of time without being interrupted and pulled out of that flow. The last thing on this point is a big tip, and that is to find good music that keeps you in that flow state. For me personally, this is lo-fi. If you've seen lo-fi on YouTube before, I highly recommend it. There are a bunch of different playlists and live radio. The best way that I can kind of explain lo-fi, or the type of music I recommend searching for, is something that is instrumental, that's going to kind of keep you in that flow. And the biggest part, at least for me, is that it doesn't have words or lyrics. I find that if I listen to music that has words or lyrics, it distracts me and kind of pulls my brain away from focusing on the task at hand. So for all of you guys who already know about lo-fi and listen to it, let me know down in the comments. I want to see who you guys are and make sure that I'm not the only one listening to lo-fi. So with all of that being said, just make sure that you're not working too late at night. Make sure you're getting proper sleep as well, so the next day you're energized, you can set your goals and get right to work. So guys, that is all for this video. I hope these 5 tips I can pass on to you guys and you can put them to use. I hope they really help you guys. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If you have any personal tips that you use that work well, please share them with me. Leave them down in the comments. I'd like to try them myself. Alright guys, well that's it for this one. I will be seeing you all in the next video.